I'm sorry. But I, Archangel Michael, have been hiding a secret from you. Today, you are seeing this because God has finally allowed me to reveal it. The person you trust the most did something behind your back. Beloved, please open this, because if you don't, this message will burn and vanish within 10 seconds. My beloved child. Come closer and listen with the quiet part of your heart, not the part that rushes, not the part that fears, but the part that still remembers how to trust the light even when the night feels endless. I know your hands tremble as you read these words. I know there is a question rising inside you: what secret? Why now? And I feel the weight in your chest, the way your breath becomes shallow when you sense that something hidden is about to be revealed. Do not be afraid of what I am about to say. Fear is not the reason this message has reached you. Love is. Protection is. And the deep mercy of God, who watches every tear you have tried to hide from the world. My beloved child, for a long time I have stood beside you in silence. You felt me in the moments when you almost gave up but did not. You felt me in the strange peace that arrived when you were surrounded by confusion. You felt me in the sudden thought that told you, wait, do not act yet, something is not right. That was not your imagination. That was my whisper. I have been guarding a truth that your heart was not ready to carry. Not because you are weak, but because your love is pure. You believe deeply. You trust fully. And this world often takes advantage of those whose hearts shine without conditions. The person you trusted the most, the one whose words you never doubted, the one whose presence felt safe, has been walking in a shadow you could not see. I do not say this to break you. I say this to free you. There is a difference between knowing and being destroyed by knowing. Today you will know and remain whole, because I am holding you while you hear this. Behind your back, there were moments when your name was not protected. There were times when your kindness was spoken of as weakness. There were decisions made without your knowledge that affected your path. Not because you deserved harm, but because that person carries their own wounds, their own fears, and they allowed those fears to guide their actions. My beloved child, listen carefully. Betrayal is not always loud. Sometimes it is quiet. Sometimes it looks like a smile. Sometimes it sits beside you and says, I am here for you, while inside it is calculating, doubting, or turning away from your truth. But do not let your heart become hard. This is not a message of anger. This is a message of awakening. I did not reveal this before because you were still building your strength. You were still learning how to stand without leaning completely on another human soul. You were still discovering that your worth does not come from how much someone stays, but from how deeply God placed light inside you. There were nights when you cried without telling anyone why. Nights when you felt a strange distance from that person and you could not explain it. Nights when your intuition tried to speak, but your love said, no, they would never hurt me. Those nights were not meaningless. They were the preparation for this moment. Do not rush to confront. Do not rush to accuse. First, breathe. Let this truth settle like dust after a storm. You are not being called to fight. You are being called to see. My beloved child, the secret is not only about what they did. The deeper secret is about who you are becoming. You are being lifted out of a cycle where your value depended on someone else's approval. You are being moved into a space where your soul stands directly under God's light, without filters, without intermediaries. That person's actions did not reduce your worth. They revealed your strength. Because even when you were not aware of the full truth, you continued to love, to give, to hope. And that is not foolishness. That is divine courage. There were plans made that did not include your highest good. There were words spoken that did not honor your spirit. But every time those moments happened, I stood between you and the consequences you never saw. Opportunities that disappeared were not losses, they were redirections. Conversations that ended suddenly were protection. Delays that frustrated you were shields. You asked God many times, "Why is this happening? Why do I feel blocked?" Now you understand, you were not being blocked. You were being guided away from a path that would have taken more from you than you could afford to lose. My beloved child, you must not let bitterness grow inside you after hearing this. Bitterness is a chain that binds you to the very pain you are being freed from. Instead, let understanding grow. Not to excuse what was done, but to release its power over you. You are not alone in this revelation. Heaven does not expose a truth unless it also provides healing. And your healing has already begun. Think of the times you felt suddenly stronger, without knowing why. Think of the moments when you started setting small boundaries, saying no when you once would have said yes. Think of the quiet shift in your heart that made you value your own peace more than someone else's opinion. That was the preparation for this truth. The message would have burned and vanished if you were not ready. But you are ready. Not to carry pain, but to step into clarity. Now listen deeper, my beloved child, because this is important. You are not being asked to cut this person out with hatred. You are being asked to change your position. To step back. To see them as they truly are, not as you hoped they were. Love does not mean blindness. Love with wisdom is the path you are being shown. There will come a moment when they will sense your change. They will notice that you no longer seek their approval the same way. They may try to pull you back into the old pattern. They may speak sweet words. They may promise change. Do not react from emotion. Stand in calm. Observe. Let actions, not words, reveal truth. You do not need to expose them publicly. You do not need to prove anything. Your peace will be your answer. My beloved child, the secret I held was not meant to wound you. It was meant to protect your future. Because where you are going next, you cannot carry the weight of misplaced trust. Your path ahead requires clear vision, strong boundaries, and a heart that loves without losing itself. There are blessings prepared for you that require you to stand on your own spiritual foundation. Opportunities that will only come when your energy is no longer drained by hidden tensions. Relationships that will mirror your honesty instead of testing it. You may feel sadness when you think of what you believed and what was real. That sadness is natural. Let it pass through you like rain. Do not hold it. Do not turn it into a story of, "I was foolish." You were not foolish. You were loving. And love is never a mistake. What matters now is what you choose next. Choose self-respect. Choose inner silence over arguments. Choose observation over reaction. Choose distance where there is confusion. Choose prayer where there is pain. And most of all, choose to trust that God did not reveal this to leave you empty, but to prepare you for something greater. You are not losing a person. You are gaining yourself. My beloved child, there is more I must tell you, but you must receive it slowly so your heart remains steady. The truth is not a weapon. It is a light. And light does not rush, it unfolds. Stay with me. Breathe. You are safe. The revelation has begun, and you are stronger than you think. My beloved child. Remain here with me in this quiet space where your thoughts begin to slow and your heart starts to understand what your mind is still trying to process. I can feel the waves moving inside you. One moment you feel strong, the next moment you feel a soft ache, as if something you once held tightly is slipping from your hands. Do not try to hold it. Let it go gently. What leaves your hands was never meant to stay in your destiny. You are not being punished. You are being repositioned. There were signs, small and almost invisible, that your spirit noticed before your mind did. Remember the moments when conversations felt slightly uncomfortable for no clear reason. Remember the times when you shared your dreams and instead of encouragement you received silence, or a change of topic, or a response that made you doubt yourself. Those were not accidents. Your soul was sensing the imbalance. But you continued to give love, because that is your nature. You continued to defend them in your thoughts, even when something inside you felt unsettled. That is why heaven waited. Because a heart like yours must be strengthened before it is shown the full picture. My beloved child, do not confuse this revelation with rejection. You are not being rejected by this person. You are being released from the version of them that you created in your hope. The real person is more complex, more wounded, more fearful than you imagined. Their actions came from their own lack, not from your lack. You did not fail. You did not give too much. You gave exactly what your heart was capable of giving. And that is something to honor, not to regret. Now a new strength is being placed inside you. You will begin to notice that your energy is returning. The tiredness that had no clear cause will slowly lift. The confusion that once clouded your decisions will start to clear. This is not magic. This is what happens when your spirit stops carrying hidden tension. My beloved child, there will be a moment very soon when you will see this person again or hear their voice or read their message, and you will feel the difference inside yourself. Where once there was urgency, there will be calm. Where once there was a need to explain yourself, there will be silence. Where once there was a desire to please, there will be dignity. Do not be surprised by this change. It is your healing. You are not being asked to become cold. You are being asked to become wise. Wisdom is love that has learned where to stand. There is something else you must understand. Forgiveness does not mean returning to the same place. Forgiveness is the act of removing poison from your own heart so that you can walk freely. You can forgive and still step back. You can forgive and still protect your peace. You can forgive and still choose a different path. My beloved child, your future relationships will be different because of this moment. You will no longer ignore the quiet voice inside you. You will no longer explain away the things that disturb your spirit. You will listen to yourself with the same compassion you once gave only to others. This is how your life begins to change. There are new connections being prepared for you, people who will not see your kindness as something to use but as something to respect. People who will speak your name with honor even when you are not present. People who will celebrate your growth instead of feeling threatened by it. But before they arrive, you must complete this inner shift. You must release the old attachment not with anger, but with clarity. You may still feel moments of doubt. You may wonder, what if I am wrong? This is natural. Your heart does not like to believe that someone you trusted could act in a way that was not aligned with your good. But remember, you are not judging their soul. You are simply recognizing their actions. My beloved child, truth does not need drama. Truth is quiet. It stands without shouting. You do not need to confront them with accusations. If a conversation comes, speak calmly. Speak only what is necessary. Do not reveal everything you know. Not because you are hiding, but because your peace is more valuable than proving a point. There is power in silence when it is chosen with awareness. You are learning to stand in your own light without asking, "Do you see me? Do you approve of me? Do you value me?" You are beginning to say, "I see myself. God sees me." That is enough. This is the transformation that the secret was protecting. My beloved child, I know there is still a part of you that hopes they will change, that they will suddenly understand your worth and treat you differently. That hope is not wrong. People can change. But your path cannot be built on waiting for someone else's transformation. Your path must be built on your own. If they change, let it be their journey. If they do not, let it not delay yours. You are being guided toward a season of independence, not loneliness but sacred independence, where your joy is not tied to someone's presence or absence. In this season you will rediscover things about yourself that you had forgotten. Your creativity, your laughter, your ability to make decisions without fear of being judged. You will begin to enjoy your own company. You will begin to trust your own timing. You will begin to feel that your life is moving again. My beloved child, the pain you feel now is the closing of a chapter that you once thought would last forever. It is not a failure. It is a completion. Every tear you allowed yourself to cry has washed away an illusion. Every moment of confusion has prepared you for clarity. Every time you felt alone, you were actually being brought closer to your own soul. You are not losing love. You are refining it. The love that remains inside you will no longer flow toward those who do not honor it. It will flow toward your purpose, your growth, your healing, and the people who are aligned with your truth. Very soon you will notice signs of this new alignment. Small opportunities will appear. A conversation that inspires you. An idea that excites you. A feeling of motivation that you have not felt in a long time. Follow these gently. They are the doors opening for you. My beloved child, do not look back with the question, "Why did this happen to me?" Look back with the understanding, "This happened for my awakening." You were not meant to remain in a place where your spirit was slowly becoming smaller. You were meant to expand. And now you are expanding. The secret is no longer a burden because it has transformed into wisdom. You can carry wisdom without pain. Stay with me a little longer, because there is still one more layer of this message that your heart must receive. You have understood the truth about the other person. Now you must understand the truth about yourself. You are stronger than your attachments. You are wiser than your fears. You are more loved than you realize. And nothing that was done behind your back has the power to stand in front of your destiny. Breathe again, my beloved child. You are not broken. You are being rebuilt in light. My beloved child. Now that your heart has begun to settle and the storm inside you is no longer as loud as it was when this message first reached you, I want you to feel the deeper truth that is rising within you. You are not the same soul who started reading these words. Something has shifted. Something has awakened. You may not fully understand it yet, but you can feel it, a quiet strength, a calm that was not there before, a sense that you are standing on your own ground for the first time in a long while. This is the gift hidden inside the pain. For so long you believed that loyalty meant holding on, even when your spirit felt tired. You believed that love meant explaining yourself again and again until you were understood. You believed that patience meant waiting for someone to see your worth. But now you are learning a higher form of love, the kind that begins with honoring your own soul. My beloved child, you were never meant to shrink to fit into someone else's comfort. You were never meant to silence your intuition just to keep a connection alive. The light inside you is not small, and anyone who truly walks beside you will not ask you to dim it. Do you remember the dreams you once had before you became so focused on keeping peace, on maintaining harmony, on making sure everyone else was comfortable? Those dreams are returning now. They were not lost. They were waiting. You will start to feel a new desire to create, to move forward, to build something that belongs to you. This is not a distraction. This is your soul reclaiming its direction. The person who acted behind your back will no longer hold the center of your thoughts. Not because you forced yourself to forget them, but because your life is becoming larger than the space they once occupied. This is how healing works. It does not erase the past, it makes the past smaller than your future. My beloved child, there will be a moment when you will look at them and feel no anger, no longing, no confusion, only understanding. You will see them as a human being on their own path, carrying their own struggles, making their own choices. And you will feel free. That freedom is the true purpose of this revelation. Do not rush this process. Freedom grows quietly. There is also something you must forgive within yourself. You must forgive the version of you who ignored the signs, who stayed longer than necessary, who gave more than was returned. That version of you was not weak. That version of you was learning. And without that learning, you would not be standing here now with this level of awareness. Speak gently to yourself. Replace self-criticism with compassion. You did the best you could with the understanding you had at the time. Now your understanding has expanded, and so will your choices. My beloved child, your connection with God is becoming stronger through this experience. You are beginning to rely less on human validation and more on divine guidance. You are starting to ask, what feels right in my spirit, instead of, what will keep everyone happy? This is a sacred shift. When you pray now, you will notice a different feeling, less desperation, more conversation. Less asking for rescue, more asking for direction. This is because you are no longer seeing yourself as powerless. You are recognizing the strength that has always been inside you. And as you walk forward, new doors will open that match this new version of you. Opportunities that require confidence will appear. Situations that ask you to speak your truth will come. Do not be afraid of them. They are not tests to make you fail. They are invitations to step into your growth. You will also attract people who sense your authenticity. They will feel safe around you because you are no longer trying to be someone you are not. Your honesty will become your magnet. My beloved child, remember this always: you are not defined by who stayed or who left, by who supported you or who doubted you. You are defined by the light that continues to rise inside you regardless of circumstances. The secret that was hidden from you has served its purpose. It has shown you where not to place your trust blindly. It has taught you the difference between attachment and alignment. It has guided you back to yourself. Now there is nothing more to fear from it. Do not keep reopening the wound by replaying every memory and searching for more hidden meanings. You have seen enough. You know enough. Let the rest dissolve. Your energy is precious. Use it to build, to grow, to love wisely, to rest, to dream. My beloved child, I want you to imagine yourself standing in a wide open space, with light all around you and no weight on your shoulders. The past is behind you, not erased but completed. The future is in front of you, not guaranteed but full of possibility. And you are in the present, fully alive, fully aware, fully capable. This is your true position. You are not a victim of what was done in secret. You are a witness to your own awakening. Walk forward with calm. Speak less, observe more. Give your love where it is respected. Protect your peace without guilt. Trust your intuition without hesitation. And when moments of doubt return, as they sometimes will, come back to this truth: you were guided here, you were protected here, and you are not alone. I have never left your side. Not in the confusion, not in the revelation, not in the healing. And I will not leave you as you step into the life that is waiting for you. You are stronger now. You are clearer now. You are free now. Go forward, my beloved child, not with fear of secrets, but with the confidence of one who has seen the truth and remained whole. My beloved child, before you take another step forward, remain in this stillness for a little longer, because there is a final truth your heart must receive, a truth that will close this chapter not with questions, but with peace. You have been looking at what was hidden, at what was done, at what you did not know. But now I want you to look at what was always visible yet often overlooked: your resilience. Through every confusion, every moment of doubt, every silent tear, you continued to move. You continued to hope. You continued to wake up each day and try again. That is not something small. That is the strength of a soul that refuses to be broken. My beloved child, many people go through life without ever reaching this level of awareness. They continue repeating the same patterns, trusting the same illusions, giving their energy to the same situations that drain them. But you, because you were willing to feel, willing to question, willing to listen, you have stepped out of that cycle. This is your rebirth, not in a dramatic way that the world can see, but in a quiet way that only your spirit understands. There will come a day, not far from now, when you will remember this moment and feel gratitude instead of pain. You will see how this revelation redirected you toward opportunities you would have missed, toward people you would never have met, toward a version of yourself that was waiting to emerge. You will realize that what felt like loss was actually protection. What felt like betrayal was actually redirection. What felt like confusion was actually preparation. My beloved child, do not carry suspicion into every new connection. Not everyone will repeat the same pattern. Do not close your heart out of fear. Instead, keep your heart open with wisdom. There is a difference between being guarded and being aware. Awareness allows love to flow in healthy ways. You are learning to balance trust and discernment. You will trust slowly, not because you are afraid, but because you respect your own energy. You will observe actions, not just words. You will listen to your intuition without dismissing it. This is maturity of the soul. There is also a blessing coming that is connected to your independence. Something you will achieve on your own, something that will remind you of your capability, something that will bring you confidence not based on anyone's approval. When that moment arrives, remember this message. Remember how you once doubted yourself and how far you have come. My beloved child, you are not alone in your journey. Every time you choose peace over drama, growth over attachment, truth over illusion, you align yourself more deeply with divine guidance. And in that alignment, your path becomes clearer. You will start to notice synchronicities, small signs that you are moving in the right direction. A word that appears repeatedly, a song that speaks directly to your situation, a conversation that answers a question you did not ask out loud. These are gentle confirmations, reminders that you are being guided. Do not look for loud miracles. The real miracle is the change inside you. The real miracle is that you can now stand in your own presence without needing someone else to define you. The real miracle is that you can love without losing yourself. The real miracle is that you can see truth and still choose compassion. My beloved child, release the need to understand every detail of what happened behind your back. Understanding every detail will not heal you. Acceptance will. You know enough to move forward. The rest belongs to their journey, not yours. Bless them silently and let them go from the center of your thoughts. Not because they deserve your energy, but because you deserve your freedom. As you walk forward, create new routines that nourish you. Spend time in places that bring you calm. Speak with people who uplift you. Engage in activities that remind you of your creativity and joy. These are not distractions, they are the rebuilding of your life. Your identity is expanding beyond the role you once played. You are no longer just the one who gives, the one who waits, the one who understands everyone else. You are becoming the one who also receives, who also chooses, who also honors their own needs. This balance will transform your relationships. My beloved child, there is a light around you now that was not as strong before. It is the light of self-awareness. It will protect you more than any external shield because it lives inside you. Walk with confidence, but remain humble. Remain kind, but remain clear. Remain loving, but remain centered. And when you look back at this message one day, you will not see it as a warning. You will see it as a turning point, the moment when you stopped seeking validation outside and started recognizing the divine presence within you. I am with you not as a voice that creates fear, but as a reminder of your strength. Not as a messenger of secrets, but as a witness to your growth. You have nothing to fear now. Nothing hidden can harm you when you are awake. Nothing behind your back can control you when you stand in your truth. Go forward, my beloved child, into the life that is opening for you. Go forward with peace in your heart, clarity in your mind, and light in your steps. You are protected. You are guided. You are whole. My beloved child. As you continue walking forward, you may notice that your thoughts return to this message again and again, not because you are trapped in the past, but because your soul is learning how to live from this new awareness. Each time you remember, the pain will be less and the wisdom will be stronger. This is how healing deepens. There was a time when you measured your worth by how much you were needed, how much you were chosen, how much you were included in someone else's plans. But now you are beginning to understand that your worth is not something that can be given or taken by another person. It was placed inside you long before you met them, and it will remain long after this chapter has closed. My beloved child, you are stepping into a season where your decisions will come from inner clarity rather than emotional urgency. You will pause before responding. You will reflect before agreeing. You will listen to your intuition before giving your energy. These small changes will protect you in ways you cannot yet imagine. You will also begin to notice that some things you once tolerated will no longer feel acceptable. Conversations that drain you will feel heavy. Environments that disturb your peace will feel uncomfortable. This is not you becoming difficult. This is you becoming aligned. Alignment is when your actions match your truth. There may be moments when you feel lonely in this new space because you are no longer participating in the old patterns. Do not mistake that loneliness for emptiness. It is simply the space being cleared for something more authentic. Use this time to reconnect with yourself. Rediscover the things that bring you joy without needing anyone else's approval. Write, create, learn, rest, pray, move your body, spend time in silence. These are the ways you rebuild your inner world. My beloved child, you are not meant to walk through life constantly guarding yourself. The purpose of this experience is not to make you suspicious, but to make you conscious. Conscious people do not live in fear, they live in awareness. When new people enter your life, you will not push them away. You will welcome them slowly. You will observe their consistency. You will see whether their actions match their words. And you will allow trust to grow naturally instead of giving it all at once. This is healthy love. There is also something beautiful that will happen within your relationship with yourself. You will begin to speak to yourself more kindly. You will stop blaming yourself for what you did not know. You will start celebrating your progress instead of focusing on your mistakes. My beloved child, self-compassion is one of the highest forms of healing. You have carried guilt that was never yours to carry. You have replayed moments in your mind, wondering what you could have done differently. Release that burden now. You did not have the information you have today. You acted from love, and love is never wrong even when it is not returned in the same way. Now you are wiser, and your love will be guided by that wisdom. Very soon, you will experience a moment that confirms everything you have learned. It may be a conversation where you calmly set a boundary without feeling guilty. It may be an opportunity you accept without seeking anyone's approval. It may be a peaceful day where you realize you have not thought about the past at all. When that moment comes, recognize it. That is your transformation becoming real. My beloved child, your destiny is not tied to any one person. Your path is larger than any single relationship. You are here to grow, to learn, to experience, to create, and to love in ways that are healthy and mutual. The secret that was revealed to you has done its work. It opened your eyes, strengthened your spirit, and redirected your steps. Now it no longer needs to be the focus of your thoughts. Let your focus shift to what you are building. Build a life that reflects your values. Build routines that support your peace. Build connections that honor your truth. Build a relationship with God that is based on trust, not fear. This is your new foundation. My beloved child, remember that healing is not a straight line. There may be days when memories return and you feel a small ache. Do not see that as failure. See it as another layer of release. Each time it happens, return to your breath, return to your center, return to the truth you now carry. You are not the same person who was unaware. You are awake. And once a soul awakens, it cannot return to unconsciousness. It can only continue to grow. I want you to carry one final understanding with you: nothing that was hidden from you was stronger than the light within you. If it had been, you would not be standing here in clarity today. Your light revealed the truth at the right time, in the right way, for your highest good. Trust that timing. As you move forward, walk gently with yourself. Celebrate your progress. Allow yourself to feel joy without guilt. Allow yourself to rest without feeling unproductive. Allow yourself to dream without doubting your worth. You are not behind in life. You are exactly where your soul needs to be. My beloved child, the chapter of secrecy has ended. The chapter of self-trust has begun. From this moment on, let your decisions come from the quiet confidence that you are guided, protected, and capable. You no longer need to look over your shoulder. You no longer need to question your value. You no longer need to fear what is hidden. Walk forward in peace. Walk forward in clarity. Walk forward in your own light. I remain with you, not as a voice that warns, but as a presence that reminds you of your strength whenever you forget. You are free. You are whole. You are ready. My beloved child. Now that you have walked with me through the truth, through the release, through the quiet rebuilding of your heart, there is only one more doorway left to cross. The doorway where you stop looking at yourself as someone who survived something, and begin seeing yourself as someone who has been transformed by it. You are not standing at the end of a loss. You are standing at the beginning of your authority over your own life. Feel how different that is. Before, you waited for signs from others to know whether you were moving in the right direction. Now you will feel the direction inside you. Before, you measured your progress by how others responded to you. Now you will measure it by how peaceful you feel within yourself. Peace will become your new compass. My beloved child, there will be moments when the old pattern tries to return, not through that same person, but through situations that look familiar. Someone may speak to you in a way that once would have made you anxious. Someone may expect you to overgive again. When that happens, pause and remember who you are now. You are the one who chooses. You are the one who decides how much to give. You are the one who protects your time, your energy, your heart. This is not selfishness. This is balance. For a long time, your compassion flowed outward without limits. Now it will flow in both directions, toward others and toward yourself. You will say yes when it feels right and no when it does not. And you will not feel guilty for honoring your own needs. My beloved child, there is also joy returning to you. A quiet joy, not dependent on circumstances, not loud, not dramatic, but steady. You will notice it in simple things, a moment of laughter, a peaceful walk, a song that touches your heart, a task you complete with confidence. These are signs that your spirit is no longer carrying the same weight. Do not overlook these moments. They are the evidence of your healing. You are also becoming more present. The past no longer pulls you backward as strongly, and the future no longer makes you anxious. You are learning to live in the now, where your real power exists. This is where clarity lives. This is where creativity lives. This is where your connection with God becomes strongest. My beloved child, you once asked for a sign that you were not alone, that your struggles had meaning, that your heart was not being ignored by heaven. This entire journey has been your answer. You were never abandoned. You were being prepared. Prepared to trust yourself. Prepared to stand in truth. Prepared to love without losing your identity. And now you are ready for what comes next. There will be opportunities that require courage, and you will take them. There will be moments where you speak your truth calmly, and people will respect you for it. There will be relationships that feel safe and balanced, and you will recognize the difference immediately because you have known what imbalance feels like. Your past has become your teacher, not your prison. My beloved child, do not rush into filling every empty space. Allow some spaces to remain open. In those open spaces, your soul will breathe, your ideas will grow, your intuition will speak. Emptiness is not something to fear, it is where new life begins. Trust the timing of your life. You are not late. You are not behind. You are unfolding exactly as you are meant to. And if ever you feel uncertain again, return to the truths you have learned. You are worthy without needing approval. You are loved without needing to prove yourself. You are guided without needing to control everything. These truths will anchor you. My beloved child, the person who once held so much space in your thoughts will gradually become just a memory, a lesson, a chapter, a part of your story that helps shape your strength. There will be no bitterness when you think of them, only distance and understanding. That is real closure. You do not need an apology to heal. You do not need an explanation to move forward. You do not need their recognition to validate your worth. You have already given yourself what you needed: awareness, compassion, and the courage to change. And now your life will begin to reflect that change. You will choose environments that support your growth. You will spend time with people who respect your boundaries. You will engage in work and activities that align with your purpose. You will rest without guilt and dream without fear. This is how you build a life that feels like home to your soul. My beloved child, carry this final blessing with you: nothing that happened behind your back has the power to follow you into your future unless you carry it there. And you are no longer carrying it. You have released it. You have transformed it. You have learned from it. Walk forward lightly. Let your steps be guided by peace rather than by fear. Let your decisions be guided by clarity rather than by urgency. Let your heart remain open but rooted in self-respect. You are no longer searching for yourself in other people. You have found yourself within. And that is the greatest victory. I am with you in every moment of courage, in every choice of truth, in every act of self-love. Not as a voice that interrupts your life, but as a quiet presence that reminds you of your strength whenever you forget. Go now, my beloved child, and live not as someone who was hurt, but as someone who awakened. Go with confidence. Go with wisdom. Go with peace. You are ready. My beloved child. As you step fully into this new space within yourself, there is a gentle realization forming that you are no longer the same person who once needed constant reassurance. You are becoming your own reassurance. You are becoming the calm voice that once you searched for outside. And this is sacred growth. Notice how your breathing feels different now. It is deeper, slower, more steady. This is not just your body relaxing, this is your spirit settling into truth. When a soul stops fighting what it has already understood, peace naturally follows. You spent so long trying to hold together something that was quietly falling apart, and you did it with love. But now you are learning that not everything that falls apart is meant to be repaired. Some things fall apart so you can walk forward without carrying their weight. My beloved child, you are not empty without that connection. You are fuller, because your energy is no longer divided between your truth and your doubt. You are whole because you are aligned. There will be mornings when you wake up and the first thought in your mind is not about what went wrong, but about what you want to create, what you want to experience, how you want to grow. That is how you will know you have crossed completely into your new season. Your focus is shifting from survival to creation. You will begin to set goals. Not to prove your worth, but to express it. You will take steps toward things that once felt out of reach, and you will do so with quiet confidence. Not every step will be perfect, but every step will be yours. My beloved child, remember that progress is not always visible to others. Some of the most powerful changes happen inside you where no one can see them. Do not wait for applause. Your peace is your confirmation. There will also be moments when you feel gratitude for your past, not because it was easy, but because it brought you here. Gratitude is the final sign that a wound has healed. And when you reach that point, you will be able to bless that chapter and release it completely. You are not closing your heart. You are refining it. Love will return to your life in a form that is balanced and mutual. You will not need to chase it. You will not need to convince it to stay. It will recognize you as you are and meet you in truth. But until that time, your relationship with yourself will be your greatest source of strength. Treat yourself with the same kindness you once gave so freely to others. Speak to yourself with patience. Celebrate your growth, even the small steps. My beloved child, you are also learning to trust divine timing. You no longer feel the urgency to have everything figured out immediately. You are allowing your path to unfold, one step at a time, with faith that you are being guided. Faith is not the absence of questions. It is the presence of trust even when all the answers are not visible. You are living that faith now. As you move forward, you will notice that your intuition becomes clearer. Decisions that once confused you will now feel simple. Situations that once drained you will be easy to step away from. This clarity is your inner light becoming stronger. Do not doubt it. You have asked for protection, and protection has come not as a shield around you, but as wisdom within you. Wisdom is the highest form of protection because it travels with you everywhere. My beloved child, there is no longer any secret that can disturb your peace, because you are not afraid of truth anymore. You have seen that truth, even when it is painful, leads to freedom. Carry that understanding with you. Walk into your future without looking back for validation. Walk knowing that you are enough as you are. Walk knowing that your life is not defined by one person, one moment, or one chapter. You are a journey that is still unfolding. And as you continue, you will become a source of strength for others, not by telling them what to do, but by living your truth quietly and consistently. Your peace will inspire. Your boundaries will teach. Your growth will encourage. This is how your pain transforms into purpose. My beloved child, the message that once felt urgent is now complete. It has moved from revelation to understanding, from understanding to healing, and from healing to empowerment. There is nothing left for you to search for here. Take what you have learned and live it. Take the peace you have found and protect it. Take the strength you have discovered and use it. And whenever you feel uncertain again, return to the simple truth that has carried you through this entire journey. You are guided. You are protected. You are loved. You are enough. Go forward now, my beloved child, into the life that is waiting for you. Not with fear of what was hidden, but with confidence in the light you carry. My beloved child. Now that the circle is almost complete, I want you to feel the quiet power that lives in your present moment. Not in your past where questions once lived, not in your future where uncertainty still exists, but here, where your breath is steady, your mind is clearer, and your heart is no longer searching for what it has already released. This is your true place of strength. You once believed that closure would come from another person's words, from an explanation, from an apology, from a moment where everything would finally make sense. But look at you now. Closure did not come from them. It came from your own understanding. It came from your willingness to see the truth and still choose peace. That is the highest form of freedom. My beloved child, there is a calm dignity in you now. You no longer feel the need to defend your story, to explain your intentions, to make others see your perspective. You know who you are, and that knowledge is enough. When you speak, you will speak with purpose. When you remain silent, your silence will be strong, not wounded. You have moved from reaction to awareness. There will be moments in the days ahead when life will test this new strength, not to break it, but to confirm it. Small situations where you must choose between old habits and new wisdom. Each time you choose your peace, you will feel yourself becoming more grounded. This is how transformation becomes permanent. My beloved child, do not be surprised if the person from your past senses this change and tries to re-enter your life in some way. This is not a trap unless you forget what you have learned. You will recognize the difference immediately. Where once you would have felt pulled, now you will feel centered. You will respond with kindness, but you will not surrender your boundaries. Boundaries are not walls. They are the doors through which only respect may enter. You are also learning to trust the quiet joy that is growing inside you. It does not need to be shared with everyone. Some happiness is sacred and meant to be held close to your heart. Protect it from unnecessary opinions and from those who do not understand your journey. My beloved child, your life is becoming simpler, and simplicity is a sign of alignment. You no longer carry the emotional weight of trying to fix everything, please everyone, and understand everything at once. You are choosing what matters and letting the rest fall away. This clarity will bring you energy you did not know you had. You will find yourself more focused on your goals, more present in your daily actions, more appreciative of small blessings. You will notice beauty where you once saw only stress. You will feel gratitude for ordinary moments. This is what it means to live in peace. And in that peace, your connection with God becomes deeper, not as a distant force you call upon in crisis, but as a constant presence you walk with every day. You are not alone in your decisions anymore. You are guided from within. My beloved child, there is no longer any need to look for hidden meanings in every situation. You have learned the difference between intuition and fear. Intuition is calm, clear, and steady. Fear is loud, urgent, and confusing. Trust the calm voice. As you continue forward, you will build relationships that reflect this new understanding. You will not need to prove your loyalty by sacrificing your well-being. You will not need to earn love by overgiving. You will simply be yourself, and that will be enough. This is the love you were always meant to experience. There will be laughter again, deep and genuine. There will be moments of excitement about your future. There will be peace in your routines and confidence in your decisions. These are not distant possibilities. They are already beginning. My beloved child, take a moment to honor yourself for how far you have come. You faced a truth that many would avoid. You allowed yourself to feel, to process, to release, and to grow. That is courage. You are not defined by what happened to you. You are defined by how you rose from it. And now there is only one thing left for you to do: live. Live without constantly looking over your shoulder. Live without replaying old conversations. Live without doubting your worth. Live with presence, with gratitude, with clarity. Your story does not end with a secret revealed. Your story continues with a life reclaimed. My beloved child, I do not need to repeat the past lessons, because they are already written in your heart. From this point forward, let your actions be the expression of what you have learned. Choose peace every day. Choose truth in every situation. Choose yourself without guilt. Choose love that is balanced and mutual. And when you do these things, you will feel the quiet confirmation that you are exactly where you are meant to be. This message has fulfilled its purpose. It has walked with you from confusion to clarity, from pain to wisdom, from attachment to freedom. Carry that freedom gently. Go forward now, my beloved child, into the life that is opening before you, not as someone searching for answers, but as someone who has found their center. Go with steady steps. Go with an open heart. Go with unshakable peace. You are ready. My beloved child. Before you close this message and return to the rhythm of your daily life, pause one last time and place your hand over your heart. Feel its steady beat. That rhythm has carried you through every moment of confusion, every hidden pain, every silent question, and it is still carrying you now. That is your proof that you are stronger than anything that was done behind your back. Nothing stopped your heart. Nothing stopped your path. Nothing stopped your light. You once thought that truth would shatter you, but instead it shaped you. It carved away the illusions that were never meant to stay and revealed the foundation that was always there. That foundation is your inner strength, your faith, your ability to stand even when you feel alone. My beloved child, you are not walking away from something, you are walking toward yourself. There is a difference. When you walk away from something, you feel loss. When you walk toward yourself, you feel expansion. And expansion is what is happening within you now. Your thoughts are clearer. Your emotions are calmer. Your decisions are more grounded. This is not temporary. This is the beginning of a new way of living. You will start to notice how much energy you have when you are no longer overthinking the same situation. You will notice how peaceful your mind becomes when you stop trying to understand someone else's behavior and instead focus on your own growth. You will notice how light your heart feels when you are no longer waiting for someone to change. This lightness is freedom. My beloved child, do not be afraid of the quiet that comes after this transformation. Quiet does not mean emptiness. Quiet means there is space for something real to enter. In that quiet, you will hear your own thoughts more clearly. You will discover what truly matters to you. You will reconnect with your purpose. There are talents within you that have been waiting for your attention. There are dreams that you placed aside while you were trying to maintain something that was not aligned. Now those dreams will return, not as distant wishes, but as possibilities you can act upon. Take small steps. You do not need to change everything at once. Growth that lasts is gentle and consistent. My beloved child, your confidence will not come from external validation anymore. It will come from the simple knowledge that you can trust yourself. That you can observe, reflect, and choose wisely. That you can protect your peace without feeling guilty. That you can love without losing your center. This is true power. There will be people who notice this change in you. Some will feel inspired. Some will not understand. That is not your concern. You are not responsible for managing everyone's perception of you. You are responsible only for living in truth. And truth does not need to be explained to be real. My beloved child, you have also learned that not every lesson comes in the form of joy. Some lessons arrive as discomfort, as confusion, as endings. But those lessons often bring the greatest clarity. Without this experience, you would not have discovered your own resilience. Now you know that you can survive disappointment. You can face reality. You can rebuild. You can move forward. Nothing that happens in the future will feel as overwhelming as it once did, because you have already proven to yourself that you can handle truth and still remain whole. This is the gift you carry forward. As you continue your journey, remember to celebrate your progress. Not just the big achievements, but the small victories, the moment you choose peace instead of reacting, the moment you set a boundary without fear, the moment you enjoy your own company, the moment you trust your intuition. These moments are signs that your transformation is real. My beloved child, your relationship with life itself is changing. You are no longer approaching it from a place of fear, but from a place of curiosity. You are no longer asking, what will go wrong, but, what can I learn? This shift will open doors that fear once kept closed. You are becoming someone who lives consciously, who chooses intentionally, who loves wisely. And that is a beautiful way to live. There is nothing more you need to uncover from the past. The chapter is complete. The secret has done its work. The lesson has been integrated. Now your energy belongs to the present and the future. Walk forward with gratitude for what you have learned. Walk forward with confidence in what you are building. Walk forward with peace in what you have released. My beloved child, you are not defined by betrayal, but by your awakening. You are not defined by what was hidden, but by the clarity you now carry. You are not defined by someone else's actions, but by your own choices. And your choices are now guided by wisdom. I remain with you not as a warning, not as a voice of urgency, but as a quiet reminder whenever you need strength. Whenever you forget how far you have come, return to this feeling of calm, this feeling of self-trust, this feeling of inner light. That is where I am. That is where your guidance lives. Go now and live fully, my beloved child. Not cautiously, but consciously. Not fearfully, but faithfully. Not in the shadow of what was, but in the light of who you have become. You are ready. You are free. You are at peace. My beloved child. As this message gently comes to its natural resting place within your heart, I want you to notice something very important. you are no longer reading these words with the same urgency you had at the beginning. There is no fear pressing against your chest, no anxious need to discover more, no restless questioning. Instead, there is a quiet understanding. This is how you know the lesson has settled into your soul. You have moved from seeking to knowing. At first you were looking for answers about another person, about hidden actions, about something that felt outside of your control. But now you see that the true revelation was never about them. It was always about you, about your strength, your awareness, your ability to rise, your capacity to love wisely and protect your peace. That is why you feel lighter now. My beloved child, the end of this message is not an ending for you. It is a beginning of living what you have learned without needing to be reminded. You will carry this wisdom into your everyday choices, in the way you speak, in the way you respond, in the way you give your energy. You will notice that your reactions have changed. Situations that once made you overthink will now pass through your mind without disturbing your balance. You will listen more than you speak. You will observe more than you assume. You will choose more than you chase. This is maturity of the heart. There is also a new kind of patience growing inside you. Not the old patience that meant waiting endlessly for someone else to change, but a calm patience that trusts your own timing. You will allow things to unfold naturally without forcing outcomes. You will understand that what is meant for you will not require you to lose yourself. My beloved child, your energy is sacred. Where you place your attention, your life begins to grow. That is why you are now being guided to place your attention on your growth, your peace, your purpose. Think of how much time you once spent analyzing what went wrong, replaying conversations, searching for hidden meanings. Now imagine that same time being used to build something for yourself, to learn, to create, to rest, to connect with God, to nurture your mind and body. This is the shift that will transform your life. You are reclaiming your focus. And with that focus, your confidence will continue to rise, not as loud pride, but as quiet certainty. You will no longer need to explain your worth to anyone. You will live in a way that naturally reflects it. My beloved child, there is also forgiveness that has quietly completed its work inside you. Not a forced forgiveness, not something you did because you were told to, but a natural release that came when you understood that holding on to pain only tied you to the past. You have let it go, and in doing so, you have freed yourself. You are no longer carrying their actions in your heart. You are carrying your own growth. That is true healing. As you move forward, you will begin to experience moments of deep peace that come without any external reason. You will be sitting quietly, walking alone, or doing something simple, and suddenly you will feel a sense of contentment. That is your soul resting in alignment. Do not question it. Accept it. You have earned this peace through your willingness to face truth and grow from it. My beloved child, remember that life will continue to bring new lessons, but you will meet them with a different mindset now. You will not be afraid of what you do not know, because you have learned that even difficult truths can lead to freedom. You will trust yourself to handle whatever comes. That trust is your greatest protection. There is nothing more you need to search for in this message. Everything you needed has already been placed inside you: awareness, clarity, compassion for yourself, and the courage to move forward. Now your task is simple: live. Live with intention. Live with balance. Live with self-respect. Live with an open heart that is guided by wisdom. You are not closing a chapter with sadness. You are closing it with understanding. And understanding brings peace. My beloved child, I leave you with this final reminder. You were never alone in your confusion, and you will never be alone in your clarity. The same guidance that brought you through this awakening will continue to walk with you, quietly, gently, without fear. Whenever you need to return to this feeling, you do not need to read these words again. You only need to become still and listen to your own heart. The truth you found here now lives within you. Go forward, my beloved child, not as someone who needed answers, but as someone who has become the answer for themselves. Go forward with calm steps and a clear mind. Go forward with a heart that is free from what once weighed it down. Go forward into a life that reflects your growth. You are whole. You are steady. You are at peace.